Sometimes I wonder if I made a decision to become a consultant or if I've always been a consultant and I simply found a profession that allowed me to express the way I look at the world. I remember these pictures that we have of myself and my family when we went to Disney when I was about 10 or so. In every picture with the characters, there's my entire family looking forward, smiling, and then there's me standing on my tippy toes trying to see inside the characters because I always wanted to see what was inside. I was always curious. And then when I was in junior high, we started to learn about how to write papers. And I remember my world completely changing when I learned how to create an outline to organize my thoughts. I was a history major in college, which I loved because I loved figuring out the root cause, to why this happened. Why did this war happen? What was the root? So I tell people all the time that I learned more in some ways about consulting from my history undergrad than I did from my master's degree because it trained my brain to think like a consultant. Consultants come from a variety of different fields and areas of expertise. You could have an expertise in information technology, leadership, finance, small business development, insurance, healthcare, hospitality, organization behavior, human resource management, internet marketing, and so on and so on. However, the best consultants share a few core competencies that set them apart from their peers in the field. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over these 5 competencies that form what I call the it factor. If you don't possess all these qualities naturally, you can develop them. But as we go through these 5 attributes, you may want to print out the worksheet that's associated with this video and help think through where do you rank and where are some of your strengths and areas of opportunity, and so you can grade yourself as we go along. So let's jump into what are the 5 competencies of exceptional consultants. First up is simplify the complex. The best consultants can reduce complexity to terms that are easily understood. Consultants bring order to chaos. They can connect the dots between seemingly unrelated data and make sense of situations that on the surface seem difficult to understand. One of my mentors is Alan Weiss, and he is the master of this. He can listen to a client rattle off 100 things that are bothering them, and then within seconds, he can sort them and organize into like these 3 buckets. And I believe that there is a direct correlation between an ability to frame issues and close rates on contracts. Because when you do this well, you make a client feel understood. When they say stuff to you like, oh my gosh, there's so much going on here. I don't even know where to start. We're firing as many employees as we're hiring. We're losing as many customers as we're gaining. Our revenues are down. Our costs are rising, and so on and so on and so on. And when you can say back to them, it sounds like you have these 3 challenges: customer retention, employee engagement, and cost containment. Does that sound right to you? You have gone far in demonstrating in that moment you have value that you are bringing to the table. So that's the essence and the effect of simplifying the complex. So the next attribute is pinpointing the root causes to organizational challenges. The best consultants can cut to the issues at hand. This goes hand in hand with that first attribute, but comes out more strongly during the assessment phase of a consulting engagement. It's one thing to frame up these challenges that the client is facing, and it's another whole level when you could show them this is why those challenges are taking place. So when you do this, you provide for them what the great doctors do for you. When you know that it's a bacterial infection that's causing your aches and pains, you know that a solution and a true relief is forthcoming. So in the consulting context, it's showing them that the reason behind their challenges, why they're having those conflicts on the production floor, is not due to a lack of knowledge and skills around managing conflict, but rather because of a lack of clear accountabilities in their organizational structure. When you can tell them that, they know solution is forthcoming that will actually work. The third attribute is to encourage and advise. The best consultants can tell the truth frankly with the best interests of their clients at heart. They don't let their clients wallow in self-pity or dwell in wishful thinking. Furthermore, they encourage action. They help clarify the options that are available and help the clients take action that is in their best interest. My marketing web guy, Chad, is literally best in class when it comes to this attribute. No matter what the situation is, he's able to provide advice or ask thought-provoking questions that helps his clients both know what to do and have the confidence to believe that they can actually do it. The fourth attribute is to plan and adapt. Exceptional consultants maintain a 10,000-foot view of the roadmap that leads their clients from where they are now to where they want to be, even when the journey seems complex. They can see the action plan from start to finish and they know how to adapt it to accommodate midstream changes without losing sight of the ultimate goal. We sometimes call this building a bridge as we walk on it, and it's a crucial skill for any consultant. I remember when I was first assigned to Disney's Animal Kingdom as a consultant, I was talking to the executives and I was trying to find out from them what they wanted from our partnership. And they explained it to me by way of an example of the consultant who came before me. Basically what had happened was this. This consultant was so stuck on their process, was not able to respond to the data in the moment. And so what their response to him was, is they took his tie off of his body and they literally tied him up. Now, that was somewhat joking in that session, but there was some truth in it, and I'll never forget that story. Not because I was afraid of being tied up, because frankly, I don't wear ties. But when I think about how I start off my work sessions and how I start off my projects, is I let people know I have thought through the process. I know exactly what we're doing, but if they tell me in the moment it's not working, we can scratch it and revise it all. So finally, the last attribute is to focus your efforts on improving the client's condition and capacity. As we discussed over and over again, your role is to improve leadership and organizational capacity. So the goal for any consultant cannot be about compensation or applying your favorite techniques. We are not hammers looking for nails. The goal has to be about working ourselves out of a job. A world-class consultant knows at the end of the day, it's about the leaders themselves. And as a consultant, it's not your job to help them step into their potential as effective leaders, strategists, talent nurturers, and organizational architects. So as a next step, download the assessment that goes along with this video and see for yourself in what ways does consulting fit your natural wiring. And then join me in the next video where we're going to talk about the importance of business development for consultants. I look forward to seeing you there.